Crouse. Hey movie lovers, it's June 17th. We're halfway through the month of June and we have three big movies opening with three big Canadian stars in them. First up, Vancouver-born Ryan Reynolds stars in The Green Lantern. Now, I kind of liked The Green Lantern, but I have to tell you what my major problem with it is, and that is that every inch of this movie has been painted somehow with CGI. Now, I know not literally painted, but it has been manipulated with CGI, and I think that we have come to the end of the wow phase of computer-generated imagery. When we first saw the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, wow, that was cool. Those images are things that were probably burned into any movie lover's mind. But now, when we see something that is patently unreal on the screen, we know that it's just a collection of pixels and binary code banging together to form this image that we're seeing, and because there's nothing organic about it, we don't really have much of an emotional response to it. So, The Green Lantern, with its over-reliance on CGI, even Hal Jordan, that's Ryan's character. He's the Daredevil test pilot who becomes the Green Lantern. Even his silly little green Lone Ranger mask is CGI. I don't understand why they had to go quite that far with it. Other than that, there's a couple of cool things. The Parallax, the villain, this big intergalactic blob of a creature that thrives and lives off people's fear. That's a good idea. And Peter Sarsgaard, who plays Hector the nerd, who becomes Hector the nerd with a really big head, is also very cool in a very Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of way. But other than that, the movie just gets a very marginal pass from me. Another big movie starring another very big Canadian star. Jim Carrey is in Mr. Popper's Penguins. Now, if you grew up loving the book, and who didn't? It was written in 1938. It's been around for a very long time. The movie is quite a bit different. It's set in modern-day New York City. Jim Carrey plays a ruthless shark of a real estate agent who is trying to buy the Tavern on the Green, the legendary Tavern on the Green, the only privately held space in city or in Central Park, to tear it down and build condos or do something equally as insidiously awful with it. Of course, his explorer father, his late explorer father, has willed him a single penguin, which arrives in a box one day, and of course, because this is a big Hollywood movie, that single penguin becomes 6 penguins. His children fall in love with it, and those penguins teach him about life and about the importance of family and all that sort of thing. A little bit of a silly premise, maybe, but I gotta tell you, I think kids are really going to like this. For sure, they're going to like the penguins, and I think that they'll like the gentle pace of this movie. It is not like Ace Ventura, which is, I think, the last time that Jim Carrey played opposite wildlife in a movie. Instead, it's a much more gently paced movie that I wouldn't exactly call a comedy because it's not all that funny. There are a couple of very funny scenes in it, but mostly it's about heart rather than humor. Third film opening this weekend that stars a Canadian, Christopher Plummer from Montreal, I believe, stars in Beginners, film by Mike Mills, who directed Thumbsucker as well. This movie is based, at least loosely, on Mike Mills' actual life. In the movie, Ewan McGregor plays a young man whose mother passes away, and shortly after she passes away, her husband, played by Christopher Plummer as a 75-year-old man, announces that he's coming out of the closet. He's always been gay, and now he's going to live the life that he has always dreamt about. An interesting movie, in fact, a really interesting movie. Christopher Plummer, I predict, probably will be nominated for an Academy Award for his performance here. The younger members of the cast, Ewan McGregor and Melanie Laurent, acquit themselves very, very nicely, and there's a dog who is the cutest dog on screen since Benji. This movie is melancholy. It will make you think. It is the complete opposite of The Green Lantern. It is the complete opposite of Mr. Popper's Penguins, and maybe that makes it the movie to see this weekend.
Crouse.